I'm literally begging you guys, don't go into Harmor without understanding Harmor and try to sound design in there and frustrate yourself and then stop using Harmor. Check out these patcher presets to help you learn how to sound design in Harmor, how to make these sounds bigger and better than the presets that already come with it. Patcher is really designed to help you learn this plugin really fast. In this FL Studio tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Reezor to manipulate Harmor patches. Reezor is a patcher preset. In order to get to this, all you have to do is just load up a FL Studio patcher inside of your channel rack, and then inside of patcher, go to presets, go to XY Labs, and load up Reezor right here. And that will pull up this one knob option. And let's just listen to what this sounds like. So it is a one knob Reese Bass / lead synth. But we can make this sound totally different by going into the map and opening up Harmor. So if we go back into the controls here, you'll see everything that this one knob is manipulating. Let me click on the effects here because this is changing a lot of the effects here as well. So the first thing that Reezor is manipulating here is the overall volume of the patch. So you'll see that as I increase this, the pre-fader volume is being increased too. And what that does, it pushes the sound into your effects. So into your distortion, your chorus, your delays, your reverb, and your compression. And that will make an overall bigger sound in general. But what's really interesting about this one knob is that it's also manipulating your blur, your tremolo, your harmonizer, your unison, and your phaser all at the same time. So outside of the effects section, there's a whole lot going on here. Let's first take a look at the blur. And for the blur, Reezor is just increasing the harm amount. So let's increase it more than Reezor would. The harm amount is adding more blur to the harmonics of the sound. Because of that blur, it adds some thickness to it. Next you have tremolo. This is going to control the volume going up and down in the sound. So I'm going to increase the depth all the way and adjust the speed so that you could really hear what this does. You can hear how the gap knob really spreads apart the speed of the tremolo. So there's a slight gap in between each of the tremolo modulations. Sounds very Michael Bay Transformers, if you will. With the right amount of depth, it just adds a lot of organic feel to the sound. Next, we have the Harmonizer. All this is really changing is the amount. So we get a lot of extra frequencies there when we really crank this up. And then you could change the offset and the steps that the Harmonizer takes in terms of going up the frequencies. So it'll change which frequencies are being harmonized. This STR knob is just the strength of the Harmonizer. So you'll notice it a lot more when I increase this all the way versus having it down here. It can create more of a metallic sound to the sound, depending on what your other settings are. Next we have Unison, and you'll see that it's just changing the pitch of the unison. And what that does is it creates a thicker sound because more voices or more pitches are being added. And again, even though the knob is only changing the pitch here, you could go in and change the panning, which will change the spread of the voices. This is more down the middle. This is spread apart. The order is how many voices you're using in the Unison, and we can increase this all the way up to 9, which is a super saw. Right now we're on classic, but we could switch this to blurred, uniform, random, and HZ, which is hertz. It's actually my favorite one. It adds unison to specific frequencies here. Sounds way too crazy right now, but let's adjust the settings here. Just sounds really mean and nasty. I would say FL Studio's Harmor has one of the best unisons that I've used, for sure. It's really a shame people sleep on Harmor so much just because it is unconventional, and I feel like there aren't enough tutorials out there that really break this down in basic terms or really helps people to understand it, because a lot of times people just get way too technical with this synth when it really shouldn't be. But anyway, moving on, let's look at the phaser, and you'll see that this is adjusting the mix and the width. So let's go even further than what Reezor does and really crank the phaser here. And then from there, all Reezor is really adjusting is the distortion amount and the compression amount. I recommend going in and changing the types of distortion. You have a lot of awesome distortions here. Let's just start with the first one. And then if you haven't noticed, I've been using my mouse wheel to scroll through these different settings. I'm going to leave it on soft saturation. And then let's go into the compression, and all it was changing was just the compression amount. You have 4 types of compression: limiting, warming, heating, and burning. We're on burning right now. Here's limiting. You see that it just gets more and more aggressive as we go down. For your respaces and your lead synths, definitely check out some of the chorus too. My last tip for Reezor would be to actually just go into the presets here and select a new starting preset. So let's go to your basses, Let's try the very first one, analog bass 1. See how that automatically just made that bass better. Let's go to the second one, reset this. It's just automatic. It doesn't matter what bass you use. This is gonna make it sound better every time. But besides basses, you know that this is a lead synth too, so you go into these leads. I'm literally begging you guys, don't go into Harmor without understanding Harmor and try to sound design in there and frustrate yourself and then stop using Harmor. Check out these patcher presets to help you learn how to sound design in Harmor, how to make these sounds bigger and better than the presets that already come with it. Patcher is really designed to help you learn this plugin really fast. And we're still not done. I have more patcher presets that I'm going to show off to you guys in terms of manipulating Harmor. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.